Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Tuesday, March 17th, 2026. A convicted felon was arrested on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon in Landers. On March 10th, San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies responded to a report of an assault in the 1700 block of Deer Trail in Landers. Deputies identified the suspect as 47-year-old Jerry Obar, also known as Jerry Nasal Road. The victim told deputies that Obar made threats with a silver handgun, then fled from the home. Obar returned to the home on March 11th, and deputies returned to contact him. They say he was found with 2 silver replica handguns, along with 3 long rifles and drug paraphernalia. As a convicted felon, Obar is prohibited from possessing any weapon. He was taken into custody. Jerry Obar was arrested on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon, making criminal threats, being a felon in possession of a firearm and ammunition, possession of paraphernalia, and violating the terms of parole. He is being held at the West Valley Detention Center without bail. A man was arrested at a park in Yucca Valley for investigation into acting lewdly in front of minors. On Wednesday at around 5:40 p.m., San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies responded to Remembrance Park on 29 Palms Highway and Yucca Trail in Yucca Valley for a report of a man touching himself inappropriately. Deputies identified the suspect as Albert Garza, 37. Deputies say multiple witnesses saw Garza with his hands inside the front of his pants touching himself. Garza was taken into custody at the park. Albert Garza was arrested on 2 misdemeanor counts of molesting victims under the age of 18 years old. He is being held at the West Valley Detention Center on $50,000 bail. The High Desert Water District meets in regular session tomorrow. On their agenda are updates to the construction and costs of the Phase 2 sewer system project. The board will also receive a presentation on board workers' compensation rates. The High Desert Water District meets in regular session tomorrow at 4 p.m. at their office at 55439 29 Palms Highway in Yucca Valley. You can find a link to their full agenda, along with ways to attend online, at our website, Z107.7fm.com. The regular meeting of the Joshua Basin Water District for tomorrow has been canceled in lieu of a special meeting Thursday morning. Joining us with what's being covered is online news editor Robert Hayden.
There are 2 items on the agenda for the special meeting: a workshop on treating Chromium-6 or hexavalent chromium and the financial planning that is needed for the project. Hexavalent chromium is a naturally occurring element found in rocks, plants, and groundwater. It's also a result from industrial processes. And in October of 2024, the California State Water Resources Control Board set a new standard for how much of this heavy metal can naturally occur in drinking water. The federal standard is 100 parts per billion, or ppb. Joshua Basin Water District released an information page on the heavy metal where they compare a part per billion to a single drop of water in an Olympic-sized swimming pool or a pinch of salt on a ton of potato chips. The standard in California was half of the federal level, 50 parts per billion, and Joshua Basin Water District's levels were less than half of the old standard, coming in at around 23 parts per billion in January of 2026. However, California's new regulation has dropped that standard even further to just 10 parts per billion. That new regulatory threshold will mean that the Joshua Basin Water District will need to begin treating the water to reduce chromium hexavalent even further. So how will the JBWD do that, and how will it affect your water and your water bill? You can attend the special meeting this Thursday at 9 a.m. at Joshua Basin Water District's offices at 61750 Choyita Road. There's also remote attendance options as well, and Z107.7 will be there. You can view the full agenda and get more information on chromium hexavalent at this story on our website, Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
More than 400 runners gathered before sunrise on Saturday for the first Mojave Half Marathon at the Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center in 29 Palms. Base patrons ran alongside members of the All-Marine Elite running team as family members and fellow Marines lined the course to cheer them on. Reporter Hillary Sloan was there.
The half marathon on Saturday, March 14th, was an inaugural event initiated by base leadership. The Saturday race featured 10 members of the All-Marine running team competing as the elite group. Major General Mark Klingon also participated in the race, running while carrying a large American flag. He said the course itself was a challenge.
So this was a great half marathon. Compared to other half marathons like the Marine Corps half that's out in the East Coast, I think this was better. The course was much more varied, well marked, and the volunteers who came out made it a great event.
Also running were Yucca Valley Mayor Merle Abel and Deputy Town Manager Frank Lucchino. When asked about the run, Mayor Abel said,
My goal was 152. I ran 149. So great course. Well marked, nice variety. The hill is awesome. Just grind that hill. We got the first hill. We thought that was it. No. That next hill was a monster.
Wow.
Well groomed, great course, good turnout, beautiful weather. We're glad that Frank and I got invited to come and run with the general, although we didn't catch up to him. He's faster than us, but we had a great time.
First place runner was Captain Bradley Ferner at 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 48 seconds. First place runner female was Major Lindsay Reiner at 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 5 seconds. Race coordinator, Deputy Assistant Chief of Staff for Marine Corps Community Services, Jesse Montez, led part of the team that organized the event. He said Major General Mark Klingon and Sergeant Major Roberto Lopez, both marathon runners, suggested holding a half marathon or possibly a full marathon. The team then made it happen. Montez added,
We are working to get what's called Category C waivers for our facilities so that we can open to the neighboring towns, Yucca Valley, 29 Palms, Joshua Tree, the ability to come aboard the base and utilize, places like Jersey Mike's and our other facilities where civilians can come and shop. When we're able to make that happen, then we believe that we can open the gates to those folks and be able to get them to come and join the race too.
The race was better attended than expected. Montez said they hope future races will attract running teams from other military branches as well. For Z107.7 News, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
Theater 29 is beginning the process of selecting plays for their 2026-2027 season. Arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas shares the details of how you can be a part of this growing cultural institution.
Theater 29 is beginning the process of selecting comedies, dramas, musicals, cabarets, and specialty productions for their upcoming 2026-27 season. Area theatrical directors are being invited to submit suggested plays for consideration. The Theater 29 Play Selection Committee is requesting prospective directors to submit 2 titles, preferably both musical and non-musical titles. Submitters must provide a script and an estimation of the show's budget, including at least estimated royalties and script costs. New directors are asked to include a directorial resume or biography of the candidate's theatrical background. Full details of the submission process are available at theater29.org. The deadline for submissions is April 15, 2026. Reporting for Z107.7, this is arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas.
And finally, in sports, the 29 Palms Parks and Recreation Youth Basketball All-Stars participated in this past weekend's 14th annual Kings and Queens Youth Basketball Tournament hosted by Beaumont. The 3rd and 4th grade boys and the 5th and 6th grade girls continued their unbeaten streaks, sweeping through the competition impressively. As a result of the boys' team's strong overall performance and best average finish among participating communities, 29 Palms took home the King's Cup. Teams will be back on the court Friday evening as 29 Palms hosts visiting communities for the 66th annual 29 Palms Youth Basketball Tournament on March 20th through the 22nd. And the 29 Palms High School Wildcats baseball team defeated Cobalt Institute of Math and Science Academy 21-3 yesterday. Eduardo Avalos earned the win for 29 Palms. The starting pitcher surrendered 8 hits and 3 runs in 7 innings, striking out 6 and walking none. The Wildcats will travel to Academy for Academic Excellence for their next game on Thursday. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z1077 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.